Have you heard of Cherokee Billie Spiritual Advisor? Well, that's me, and you can find out about my small business in this video. I'm often asked what started me doing a small business as a professional spiritual advisor. It started long ago being connected with the spirit world from childhood. My goal was to be a doctor, and I did become a naturopathic doctor, working over 10 years in association with a chiropractic office. I always had a drive to help people. In this video, I'm going to share some personal pictures. Some are of my wonderful father, many of my fantastic pets, my fur babies, and some needlepoint that I've done over the years. I just want you to see a little bit about my life. Be sure and subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell to get notifications of when I post a new video. I've been posting videos for 14 years, and there's always something for everyone. And make sure you click a like on this video. As an adult, I spent 6 years in a school for metaphysics, and that really gave me a solid spiritual foundation. I studied with various spiritual teachers privately for 10 years. My life came to a complete and sudden stop in 1990 as I had a severe accident that injured my hips and I became bedridden. At that point, I was on a journey to find a new way to support myself and pay caregivers. I had been doing readings for friends for years, but never thought about doing it professionally. In 2006, I was offered a job working on a psychic line on the internet, so I started doing readings professionally. Working a psychic line is like being in a factory. You have to pop out the answers like you're shooting a machine gun. Within a few months, I was the top psychic on the line. Did not pay very well, and I got to thinking I could do this myself. So in January 2008, I launched my website, Cherokee Billie. Surprisingly, I made it to the front page of Google almost immediately, and my business took off. As I worked with people, I noticed that what most people needed was guidance on day-to-day life. I started teaching in combination with doing readings. This has proved to be the most effective method to help people. Just so you know, I don't use tarot or oracle cards. All answers I receive come from Spirit. My biggest source of enjoyment in doing this work is communicating with animals. I communicate with animals that are living or deceased. Animals are so much easier to communicate with as they answer telepathically, quickly, and they're not hung up with all types of egos. They always have something to say. I've worked with animals from every species, from goldfish to tigers. It is incredibly satisfying to do remote energy work on a pet, and they respond immediately. The pet parent is always surprised at how suddenly their dog or cat is lying down and sleeping as I work on them. It's always a pleasure and an enjoyment, and this is my number one favorite love, plain and simple. I also discovered during this time of work that I was able to communicate with the deceased. I'd never really thought about doing this, and it wasn't until a client asked me if I could connect her to her deceased son that I gave it a try. At that point, I started appearing regularly on radio programs doing readings. At this point in my life, I don't want to do communication with the deceased, as it's a big energy drain. It's a big difference communicating with deceased pets, as they do not have an energy drain to them. They just are pure energy and love. I find that I receive the most happiness in giving answers and solid guidance. So my business has gone through many evolutions over the years. I focused much more on my social media presence as well. YouTube became the most popular way for me to connect with people. I was able to share what I've learned spiritually and found people were attracted to my messages. Even though I had written hundreds of articles, nothing was as powerful as YouTube, and still is today. Since launching my business 14 years ago, the internet has gone through tremendous changes, and now it's bombarded with large corporate psychic lines, spiritual advisors, and private psychics. I find it's a much bigger struggle to get business than it was when I started. Most businesses are the opposite of mine. They struggle in the beginning, whereas I took right off. Because I give such clarity and guidance, many of my old clients only call once in a while because they have received the help they needed and their lives have improved. I'm so grateful when I hear from one of them because it's wonderful to hear about their growth. The current trend is to show your office or your surroundings on video. This is not going to be something I do because my office is my bed. I'm crippled and I work from my bed. I'm not seeking sympathy in stating this, but letting people know why I do not often make a video showing me, because I feel it would be a great invasion of my privacy to film me in bed. Many people are surprised that I can do such tremendous work, even though I'm disabled. My belief is that if you are determined or are good at what you do, nothing can stop you. Everything you see on my website, articles, books, and my videos are done by me. I do not have a staff. I'm not the most technically advanced person, and there's many things I wish I knew how to do, but I'm a small little cog in the giant cyber world. No matter what, I keep moving forward. I am a small business person, and I've fought hard these past 3 years to keep my business alive. It's sometimes difficult to even sell an ebook. I have continued to write articles, books, and make videos. I work all the time trying to promote my little business on social media. It has supported me well for several decades. This pandemic has hit my business hard, as it has so many other small businesses. So all of us small business people really do need your support. So now you've heard the history of my little company. The big companies are giving small businesses a run for the money, but it doesn't mean we will not succeed. For me, success is in helping a person connect to their true spiritual self and being able to live a happier and more fulfilled life. Support my small business. Purchase a service, class, ebook, or donate. Thank you for listening to this video. This is Cherokee Billie.